Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. My name is Shangyang.
My name is Yo-Yo. We are doing Xinhua Live, on the Huangpu River. It's a symbol of Shanghai. From November the 5th to 10th, the China International Import Expo will be held in Shanghai. By the time that many products and famous brands will come to this city, meanwhile, people will have to appreciate the splendid view of this city.
So I think this is the best skyline in Shanghai and the amazing night view. That's why we're doing this live show. We want to tour the city of Shanghai. There is no better place that can represent Shanghai than where we are right now. We are on this cruise ship on the Huangpu River, which traverses to the prosperous downtown area of Shanghai. And what's the weather like, Yo-Yo, today?
Okay, you can see that we are a little bit chilly today, but there is a big thermograph over there, and its architecture remained after the Expo 2010 in Shanghai, and we carry the figure is around 16 Celsius.
Yeah, 16 degrees Celsius, pretty cold down here because we're on the Huangpu River. And I told her to wear a down coat like I did, and she refused. So guys, it's not my fault.
A little bit regret.
And she regret her decision. Anyway, but the view here is really pretty, and we're gonna go a little further down there. Let's take a look of the beautiful, iconic skyline of the Lujiazui area in Shanghai.
Shanghai is famous for its scenery on the both sides of its banks, and the best way to appreciate this scenery is by cruising. And we are on the ship of the Shanghai Cruising Company. It is one of the biggest tourism company in Shanghai. Then they offer the cruising journey, and as well as we can enjoy the dining on the ship.
Yes, they have carried out successfully receptions and water transportation services to a lot of major events and also distinguished guests. For example, they've participated in the APEC Summit and also
Expo Shanghai in 2010, and now they are getting prepared for the coming CIIE.
Yes, they stand ready for the next major event to be held in Shanghai. Actually, next Monday, that will be the China International Import Expo being held here in Shanghai.
So Shangyang, have you ever been to Shanghai before?
I've been to Shanghai. This is actually my third time. The first time that was in 2001, and the second time was in 2013. So here I am right now, third time in my life to visit this splendid, glamorous city. I mean, each time I got here, the last time I was here is almost 5 years ago. I didn't have the chance to really tour the city, especially I didn't get the chance to see the night view of Shanghai because I was here for a business trip and I was here in the daytime. So, but I know how the Bund is famous. I know how beautiful the skyline of Shanghai can be. So here I am today. I think I'm thrilled to be on this trip with Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo is actually from Shanghai, right? So now it's my time. What is Shanghai to you?
Shanghai. So firstly, Shanghai is hometown to me for sure. And meanwhile, I think Shanghai is on arrival in terms of its splendid and its innovation strength. Even for me as a local Shanghainese, I was always thrilled by its so rapidly changing. Take in front of us is the Pudong area, for example. Like 28 years before, the Pudong began to its reform and opening up process. And by that time, there's a thing among Shanghainese that a bed in Puxi is preferable than a whole apartment in Pudong. So you can see how they're the comparable between these two areas. And now you can see the Pudong new area can be one of the international center.
Yes, Shanghai is now regarded as a global financial center. And guys, look at that skyscraper there. It says, "Welcome to Shanghai." I think that's tells you a very warm message to everyone that is participating in the China International Import Expo to be held here next Monday. So what is that building called?
So over there, the tallest building is called the Shanghai Center.
The Shanghai Center
Its
Tower,
height is more than 6 meters. So it's
600 meters.
Yes, 600 meters. Okay, and beside is the Huangqiu, the Shanghai Finance Center. and the other is Jingmao Center. This is most of the three famous skyscrapers in Pudong area.
There is a slight light show there down the Shanghai Tower, the tallest structure in the city, and it is over 600 meters. Very, very thrilling to see that. And in order to get prepared for the coming CIE, the Shanghai municipal government has modified the lightning on the two sides of the river to make it more beautiful, to embrace the coming CIEs and guests all over the world. Yes, there are now riverside avenues down both sides of the Pudong River. People come here for a view of the Bund, which is the symbolic place to represent Shanghai. But now, as the CIIE, China International Import Expo, is to be held, and there are going to be light shows. People have been amazed by the light show before the expo is held here. I think the rising of Pudong area is really a result of China's reform and opening up policy. And Shanghai is also one of the earliest places to get Western influences in China.
Yes, the Pudong area has been regarded as the front line of the Chinese reform and opening up. The skyscraper we see is just one part of the physical outlook of its reform and opening up results. And actually, it's the innovation spirit and also the policy that keeps changing. For example, that 8 among the top 10 international big financial group has set up their office in Pudong area.
Yes, also around 90 among the 500 biggest companies listed by Fortune magazine have set their offices in Shanghai. And if you go through the news headlines every single day, you see some AI labs to be set up in Shanghai. A lot of giant companies like technical companies are setting their offices branch. Even Tesla is setting a plant now in Shanghai. So Shanghai is making headlines pretty much every single day. It represents China's ever embracing the rest of the world. I know Shanghai has also a free trade zone, and it has the world's busiest container port. So it is changing so fastly. As I told you, even though I was here 5 years ago, now I'm here 5 years apart, I can tell how fast Shanghai has changed.
You mentioned the free trade pilot zone. It actually really did improvement in the Shanghai doing business in Shanghai environment especially for the foreign companies. So I guess that after the CIE, more and more companies which are newcomers of the Chinese market, they will get interested to establish their new office here.
So we are getting very close to the skyline that everybody wants to see when they are in Shanghai. There are so many skyscrapers that can represent Shanghai, but the single most important one is the Pearl Tower, the Oriental Pearl Tower. And we will see that tower in any minute. You can see tourists now are getting on the ship and taking photos.
It has very special structure. Actually, the Oriental TV tower is higher than the Jingmao building. It's one of the top 3 skyscrapers in Pudong area. And the Oriental TV tower has become one of the favorite destinations for the international tourists. That it's a must to see the spots in Pudong.
In case anyone at home doesn't know which building is the Oriental Pearl Tower, a TV tower, we will point to that building for you later in our live show. Then I think we can take a stroll down here on the ship.
Okay.
Let's go this way.
So this is a part that guests can get the buffet here.
We just want to give you an inside look of what the ship looks like here on this beautiful cruise ship. It's one of the largest cruise tours that Shanghai can offer here in the city.
And you can enjoy the Chinese food style and also the Western food.
So this is a buffet area. You can have a taste of the authentic Shanghai food and also Western cuisines. I think we're getting very close to the Shanghai Tower, and on the top you can see a message shown there. It says "Welcome to
Shanghai."
Shanghai.
You know, there is a museum and an art gallery in Shanghai Center. So it's a very mixture of the high architecture, both for the business and also for the arts.
So again, if you are just joining us now, we're here in Shanghai in the very famous the Bund area, and this is the Pudong area, and then the river is Huangpu River, and we're on this cruise ship and taking this tour, have the best night view of the city that never sleeps. So guys, that is the tower, Shanghai Tower, and it's the tallest structure in the city. It is over 600 meters and says "Welcome to Shanghai" on the top.
And along the bank, we can see the Citigroup, the building, and also the HSBC. You know, there's really a good news for them because the Chinese government has reform and further opening up, especially in financial sector, like the lifted the limitation of the whole share of the foreign business.
Yes, you know, as China has opened its door to reform and opening up policy for over almost 40 decades. So this year marks the 40th anniversary of China's reform and opening up. If we take a look at the cities in China to represent that fast change since we opened our doors, Shanghai is a must stop to feel the vibe and the rising, its prosperity here in the Pudong area. I think here we can see the Pearl Tower very clearly now, guys. I think it is over 460 meters, and
There is three spherical structure in the whole TV tower.
yeah, the three spherical structures can serve as like a viewing platform, a tea house. What is the other one? I kind of forget.
It's for amusement parks.
Amusement park, like entertainment area.
Yeah.
Yes, and it has the world's longest antenna mast. That's one typical way to describe this Pearl Tower. It's the TV tower.
And near the TV tower, we can see another spherical structure building. It's called International Convention Center, and the APEC summit once had been held in that location. So in Shanghai, like the APEC and SEO summit, also including the CIE, there are so many international grand events had happened in this international city.
Yes, the CIIE, the host venue of the upcoming International Import Expo, is the National Convention and Exhibition Center, right? But it's not in the downtown area, it's in Qingpu district. Yes.
Just like we were traveling near the Zhujiajiao.
Yes. Again, this is a series of live shows in Shanghai we're taking right now, and the last few stops we went to one of the best preserved ancient towns in Shanghai. It's called Zhujiajiao Ancient Town, and it's located in Qingpu district. That's where the host venue of the upcoming International Import Expo is. Now, I think we're at the time when you can take the best view of the Oriental Pearl TV Tower, which represents Shanghai, the iconic building that we recognize every time we see in pictures, movies, or any pictures that we see, we can tell that's Shanghai. That's how symbolic this building is.
So referring to the movies, there are lots of the Hollywood blockbuster that have once shoots in Shanghai, especially in the Pudong area.
So you can let us know, have you ever seen the night view like this in Shanghai? And what place that you remember about Shanghai if you have come here before? As Yu was just telling me, there are so many blockbuster setting scenes here in Shanghai. I know Mission Impossible, the James Bond movie, and the movie Her, all set scenes in Shanghai. You know, the beautiful Shanghai where you see the water towns, also the futuristic Shanghai where you see so many skyscrapers. So Shanghai is really has a blended culture with traditional Chinese elements, but also Western influences. It's very modern. It can be traditional. That's how charming it is.
You know, once I read an article that interviewed the director of the Her movie, and he said he once planned to locate some sites in US or in Europe. But finally, the reason that he chose Shanghai because Shanghai is a city with so futuristic view. And from this angle, we also can enjoy the view of the Bund. It's in Puxi of Shanghai.
The big letters showing there, I love Shanghai, on that tall building. It's very pretty. Huangpu River is the largest water course inside Shanghai, and it may well be said that without Huangpu River, there would have not been the world-renowned large harbor and metropolitan city of Shanghai. You know, the 100 miles of Huangpu River extend towards the east, meet the immense Yangtze River at the end of its downstream, and jump into the embrace of the vast East Sea.
And Shangyang, I know you have been traveled to many other countries and nations, and I know there are some countries that also have some similar program like cruising on the river. So what do you think about Shanghai compared to other countries? What's its specialty to give you a unique feeling?
I mean, it's a very difficult question to answer. I know there are so many bustling big cities around the world. We know Paris, Tokyo, New York City, sure, Hong Kong. And as long as that is a busy, happening city at night, I'm sure you can get a very good skyline view. But here in Shanghai, what's so charming about it is Shanghai has had so many memories for me. And since I was very young, the first time I went to a big city is Shanghai. I got to see Shanghai the first time in 2001. And
Shanghai has very special meaning for you.
Yes, I was here in high school. And then the last time I was here 5 years ago, I was on a business trip to visit Shanghai. And the pace here is very different from other cities. Also because Shanghai is a big port, it's a trading port. It really represents the history of China's trade and the reform and opening up. I think that's what's so special about Shanghai. If we look this way, Yuyo, what can you tell us about this way?
Oh, this is another symbol of Shanghai. It's called the Bund. There are different style of architecture there, like the Baroque architecture, contemporary style. So international tourists come here and take photos to leave the very wonderful memory.
So in this picture, that what you're seeing are some like very historical buildings in Shanghai, right?
Yeah, you know, I once interviewed the Bund number 8. There used to be the old headquarters for Standard Chartered Bank, which settled their office here during the 19th century. So after 100 years later, you can see the SCB Bank, they had their new headquarters in Pudong. And the bank can witness the China's economy development and its reform and the opening up and benefit from the whole process.
So keep leaving your comments and tell us what you think of Shanghai. What do you think of the night view of Shanghai? And have you ever been to the city? And which part you like the most about it?
I remember that when in 2010 Shanghai Expo, the grand event actually changed Shanghai a lot in terms of the infrastructure restriction and the whole spirit of Shanghai. And I'm sure that after the CIE, Shanghai will like take a new look and have some big changes.
This is going to be China's first ever International Import Expo, focusing exclusively on import goods and trade services, and will be held here in the city and on November the 5th, and will run till the 10th. So it will be a great event. We've already seen the participation of over 2,800 companies from more than 130 countries and regions. You know, Shanghai port is one of the world's 10 largest ports with over 100 million tons of cargo processing capacity, taking up an absolutely important position in the international shipping industry.
Yeah, the Shanghai port accounts for 1/3 of the Chinese total import and export volume because of its location and the trade facility policies. We can see other routes of the croissant programs, and before we've seen the dragon boat, like a new version, splendid dragon boat.
Yeah, there are different kinds of excursions you can take when you want to experience the nightlife of Shanghai. But this trip that we're on right now is the largest tourist group in Shanghai that can provide reception and water transportation services for some major events and also for distinguished guests.
So we are looking for CIE to see what's amazing event.
Yes, so now they're ready. The ship is ready. Shanghai is ready. Everybody's ready for the upcoming China International Import Expo, again, which will be held on November the 5th, which is next Monday. So it's just around the corner, guys. Shanghai stands ready.
And we hope it will be a successful CIE.
Okay, I think that's it for our live show today. Again, my name is Zhang Yang.
My name is Yo-Yo. So next stop, we will take you to the Skyscraper in Pudong area. We just saw its Jingmao area.
Yes, guys, next time our stop will be on the rooftop of one of the tallest skyscrapers in Shanghai. We're gonna say bye now on this ship on Huangpu River. Bye.
See you.